Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you our winter yard routine. Obviously when we move into winter things massively change on the yard, and I'm going to show you what things change, hopefully give you some tips if you have horses as well, so let's get into it. So one of the things that changes the most for us on the yard is the turnout. So let's head into the field to see Wilfred and I'll explain why. So I'm really passionate about my horses getting out of the stables as much as possible, and I try to get them in the fields as much as possible. But as the weather changes and the weather conditions get more extreme, obviously in the fields they get churned up a lot from different horses coming in. So we have to be really careful how we manage the fields we have. We only have a certain amount. In an ideal world we have like winter and summer turnout, but we don't have that opportunity. So we have to be really careful with making sure that all the horses have enough turnout, but also that the fields don't get completely trashed and then they have nothing in here. So how we do that is we do have to stop turning out as much at night. So in the summer we have a lot of horses that stay out overnight, and in the winter they tend to all come in. This is to preserve the fields, but also when the weather conditions are really bad, we think it's much nicer for them to be in a cozy stable and then go out in the day. So that's something that we change. We don't have anything turned out overnight. We do try and leave the youngsters out as much as possible and only bring them in like really bad weather conditions, because again I think it's really important for the youngsters to be going out as much as possible. If the competition horses or any of the horses are not getting as much turnout, what we will actually do is hang graze them more. Again, as long as they're moving, coming out their stables as much as possible, that's the main thing. So in our summer routine we have around 8 horses that live out overnight. So in the winter one they come in, and of course that means we have more mucking out in the morning. So we do start a little bit earlier in the winter so we can get all that done, and we all kind of literally muck in together to get that part sorted. So I often get asked, do we use shavings or do we use straw? We use both, not in a mixture together for the stables, but in different stables. Some horses can't go on straw and some horses prefer straw, but to be honest, the majority of it is around finance. So whatever is the cheapest at the time. If the farmers have had a really rough time and there isn't much straw around, then we'll use shavings. But if there's loads of straw around and it's much cheaper, we will use the straw. So there isn't anything specific that changes with feeding the horses. We kind of just gauge that with their weight. But in the winter, the one thing that we do is give them a warm mash. So it's kind of like a porridge for them in the mornings. This is really good for hydration and it's super yummy for them. No, just come here.
How you doing?
Just come here. Come on. Come here. Sorry. Okay, tell them our top tip for winter routine on a yard. What would your tip be?
Feeding more mash.
Hey, I just did that one.
So, lots of coming out of the box, at least 3 times a day.
She's stealing all my ideas.
Oh, what else did you say? Tell me. I probably got soup all around my mouth.
So the other thing that we use a lot in the winter is the walker, and we'll go over there. So each horse goes on the walker once a day. Some horses go on in the morning whilst we muck out, while the others are in the field, and then they switch over. This again just gets them moving, keeps them loose, keeps them occupied, loads of different things. It's also so useful when it snows and the fields are maybe we can't get them in there, or loads of different reasons. If the yard's frozen or whatever, we try and make a little path here, get them on the walker so they get to move around. So I'm just going to run you through our day-to-day routine for winter. So someone starts at 6:30, someone will get up and feed the horses so it's nice and quiet and they can eat their breakfast in peace. And then the rest of us arrive at 7 o'clock. From 7 till 8:30 we muck out, turn out, put them on the walker, sort everything out. And then we have breakfast at 8:30. Around 9 I will start riding. So I ride from 9 till 1, get all the horses done. I have someone helping me tack up and wash off so that I can get through them quick enough. And then in between that, whilst I'm riding, my lovely girls in the yard are helping with the poo picking, sorting all the horses out, all those chores that need doing on the yard, making sure things are running shipshape. Mum most of the time is helping me now that she's training me, which is super cool. And then she's overseeing the yard is running smoothly. We then have lunch at 1 till 2, and then I don't actually work afternoons because I'm either teaching or doing other things. And the girls will come on the yard, they will turn in, turn out, skip out, hay up, feed, check all the horses are happy and healthy. They finish at 4, and then they either ride some horses in their free time, the horses that they've got to ride. And then the yard gets checked at 7:30 till 8, just to check that all the horses are happy and healthy. And then we go back around and do it again. So the other job that happens every winter, some people love it, some people hate it, is clipping. We do clip all of ours so that once they've been worked, they can dry it off quicker, and also they just don't sweat as much because they get very, very woolly in the winter. These are, they haven't actually got any blades on at the moment, but these are the ones that I use for the body, battery pack. I find that these don't vibrate too much and the horses are happy with them. Then we have these ones as face clippers. We don't tend to clip their faces out and also their legs because unless they were doing like a really, really big competition, we wouldn't do it. I think it's nicer for them to keep their legs warm. Also, we just don't see any difference with keeping them on, like maintenance wise and skincare wise. For their faces, we do just behind the ear and we draw a line all the way down. So we kind of do a half face. And that is what we do for the clipping alongside the leg lines. If they are really young, we do what is called a surfboard clip. I don't think that's the technical name for it, but we would just take out underneath their neck, a little bit of their belly, but keep their backs and their bums in so that they don't buck me off when they get cold. And again, they don't need clipping as much because they don't sweat as much. So we do have one special case, and that is Sausage, aka Wilfred. He is petrified of clippers. So I've worked really, really hard with the groundwork to get him to let me clip him without sedation or anything. But at the moment, all I've managed is that he allows me to do it with this. So I actually clip him all over with the face clippers, which does take ages. I have to do it in 2 rounds because otherwise he'd get too bored. But it's amazing that I can do it now without sedation, that he trusts me enough. But yeah, that's not fun. So I just came in to show you the face line, and he can smell the clipper oil on my hand and he's not happy. Yeah, such clever animals. It's okay. So there you have it, guys. There is a video all around our winter yard routine. We do actually have a video coming out soon as well, which will be around winter training, so definitely stay tuned for that one. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the FEI channel because we're bringing you many more videos. Also, I would absolutely love to know in the comments section what one of your winter hacks is, so we can just share them with each other, learn together. And thank you so much for watching.